Hi everybody, welcome back to Brailsford Family Homestead. I'm Darcy. Today we are going to continue with the series of Thanksgiving from scratch, and we're going to make corn bake. Now if you didn't see the video where I made my own corn muffin mix, make sure you check that out because we will be using that today, as well as cream style corn that I made in another video. Now you can make this with store-bought things and it will be delicious, but I'm showing and sharing with you how I'm making these things from scratch without those boxed ingredients. So it's super easy. Let me show the ingredients that you'll need. We've got just a couple of ingredients: 2 large eggs, 2 cups of corn, 1 jar of our corn muffin mix, a half a cup of melted butter, 1 cup of sour cream, and 1 jar of cream style corn. A couple other things is you will need a pan, square pan. I think this is 8 by 8. I did spray this with some avocado oil. If you forget, which I do all the time, not a big deal. A couple of tips about how I do some of these things and some substitutions. If you want to use canned corn, whether it's home canned or from the grocery store, you do need to drain it. You can't put all that extra liquid. So this is frozen corn. We did this earlier this year together from a local farm. I really like it. It's been blanched and frozen. You can thaw it if you want, but not necessary. I love the extra texture and crispiness that remains by using that frozen corn. You of course can use boxed corn muffin mix if you want, but I love to use this. I know what's in it and it's cheap and easy. I've got a half a cup of butter. Now the cream style corn, I have found that this is not as creamy as, or thick maybe I should say, because it doesn't have added thickeners, as cream style corn in the grocery store, but it turns out fabulous in this. You might want to add a little extra salt or something if you didn't add salt like I didn't. I think that's it. We're just gonna mix this up and put it in the oven. 375, about 45 minutes. It wants to be golden brown on top. You wanna make sure it's good and set up because sometimes that middle takes a little longer and you don't want like a mushy, soggy corn bake. So let's get this mixed up. I like to do the wet ingredients first, also so I can just use one bowl instead of mixing them separate and then combining them. That seems kind of silly to me. I always like to beat my eggs in anything that I'm mixing up first. We have our melted butter. It's just half a cup, 1 stick if you're buying it in sticks. Make sure we get all of that out. My husband's gonna be happy to have this. It's one of his favorites. I need a can opener here. Like I said, if you're using canned corn, make sure you thaw it out first. Or not thaw it out, drain it. What am I talking about? You don't have to thaw it, but you do need to drain it. It will be a soupy, soupy mess. Now I think I will put a little pinch of salt in here because I do not have salt in either one of my corn, my cream corn or my frozen corn. So I'm just gonna put a pinch there. You can leave that out if you want to, and people can just salt it when it's done if they want. I'm gonna make sure this is good and incorporated. Should look like this. See guys, this is really easy. We're just gonna pour it in our casserole dish here. I want to share too, if you're gonna make this for Thanksgiving, it does really well reheated if you need to. A lot of my sides like that, I try to make the day before and then just warm them up in the oven. And all of the ones that I serve that way are ones that, you know, they don't suffer in quality or texture doing that. And it saves so much time and makes Thanksgiving so much more enjoyable for me, because if you're the one cooking, you know that everybody's enjoying all this time and you're ready to trying to make sure everybody has food and it's all done at the same time. So do yourself a favor and cook some of these things the day before. So let's get this in the oven. You want to bake this at 375 for about 40 minutes. My oven usually takes 45 minutes, but we'll check it. We want to make sure that center is nice and set and it is golden brown across the entire top. If you want to leave it just slightly less, if you're worried about drying it out, if you're reheating it, you can do that. But you don't want to leave that center runny because it's... I just pulled this out of the oven. You can see that it's golden brown. I'll stick a toothpick in it so you can see what that looks like too. Clean. I will let this cool just a little bit and then we'll take a bite. You guys ready to taste this? Or at least watch me taste it. Just gonna get a little spoonful here. So you can see it's still very hot and steamy. So it's moist, not too dry, but also not super wet. And that top is golden brown. Cheers. Hot. I don't know if the noise is coming through or not. Sorry for those who don't like that, but it still has a crunch because of the frozen corn that I use. Really, really good. If you like your corn bake extra sweet, you may want to add a little bit of maybe honey or maple syrup or a little pinch of sugar, just because the home canned stuff doesn't have all the sweeteners and things in it, but it's still super, super good. Actually, just drizzling a little bit of honey on the top for those who like it sweet, that would be great. But just as is, this is really, really good. Quick and easy. You can make it ahead. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I hope you guys will join me for my next video in this series for the things I'm making from scratch for Thanksgiving. I hope they inspire you, give you some ideas, and equip you to do this too. It's so easy and delicious. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, God bless.